Hello there, guys. So today I'm gonna talk about something that happened to me personally many years ago. And the reason why I'm making this video because I've got a friend. I'm not gonna say the lady's name, but she is a lady, and she's going through a little bit of a tough time. Her partner at the moment is going through treatment for chemo because her partner has cancer, of course. And obviously I talked to her, keep in contact with her, see how he's getting on, see how she's getting on. So anyway, so this video is hopefully will help this lady, this friend of mine. So yeah, here goes. I've only got about 30 minutes, so here goes. So when I was 26, I was working for a supermarket. I'm not going to say the name of the supermarket, but I was working for a supermarket. And I'd done the hours of 5 till 10 in the evening. So I used to get home about 11:30-ish every evening. Have a shower, go to bed. Anyway, so there's one particular Tuesday night. It was in November 2009. Normal day. Got home at 11:30, had a shower, went to bed. On the Wednesday, I was scheduled to come up here to look at a flat with my partner here where I live. So I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I had about 5, maybe even 6 hours of sleep. I know it's definitely no more than 6 hours of sleep. And I woke up 5 o'clock Wednesday morning with terrific pain. Can't describe. Oh, there's a bird of prey up there. Yeah, I can't describe the pain that I had. And the cancer was in my groin, the man area. I thought it was just trapped wind. I thought it was I really needed to go to the toilet really badly. Twisted a muscle, whatever. Didn't really think much of it, especially at that time in the morning. So went to the toilet, and while I was going to the toilet, I was just checking with my hand. I was feeling around with my hand to find out where the pain's coming from. And I counted 3. This is where it gets a little bit personal. Sorry if you get offended. If you're easily offended, switch over now. I found 3 testicles, not 2, which most men have. I found 3. And the pain was horrendous. I couldn't stand. Well, I could stand up, and I could lay down. I could sit down. But it was painful. No matter what I was doing, how I was doing it, it was painful. And there wasn't any painkillers in the world, not even morphine, that would get rid of this pain. So anyway, I went about my day. I promised my partner I'd be here on that day. And I came up in pain all day and told my partner about the situation. And he was there calling an ambulance there and then because he was concerned that it was something serious. So I just said, no, don't worry, I'll see a doctor tomorrow, i.e. Thursday morning. So that's exactly what I did. Went home, told my parents, there's something wrong, that I'll be going to the doctor's tomorrow. Went into the walking Thursday morning, woke up, didn't have any sleep because of the pain. Went in Thursday morning to the doctor, and like I said, it was a walk-in clinic, and no disrespect to the doctor or any doctors out there, but it was I don't want to say the word elderly, but he was getting on a bit, and he kept looking on Google to find out what the issue was. So he asked me the typical questions: do I do drugs? Do I smoke? Do I drink? Unsafe sex, all that kind of stuff. Answer to all those questions back then. Remember, I'm not 26 anymore. Back then, all the answers was no to the drugs and drink. Or everything was normal. It was either no. Anyway, so that all came back clear, but the doctor couldn't understand why I got this massive great big lump. Within 24 hours, it grew twice the size. He didn't know what it was. Google couldn't tell him what it was. The reason why I knew that he was looking at Google, because I was in a small little room and there wasn't a computer in this room, and he had to leave the room to use a computer that was like part of the hallway, so to speak. And so the doctor had his back to me, but I could see the screen of the computer, and he accidentally left the door open. So that's how I knew that he was using Google, because I looked at the screen, see what he was Googling, just so I had an idea of what it could be. So he had no idea. So in the end, he ended up sending me to hospital to have scans and all that. Had a scan, had every man and his dog in hospital having a look at my private parts. I think everyone apart from the kitchen sink was in there looking at it. Anyway, so they narrowed it down to 3 things: a cyst, tumour or cancer. But they wouldn't know until I had it removed. And I said, I don't care what it is, I'm in so much pain, I want it out. That was pretty much my attitude then, because it was so painful. I don't care what it is, I want it out. So anyway, had it removed. They done tests and all that on it, and they came back as cancer. Then they kept an eye on me for 5 years. So then like a 5-year. In that 5 years, I went back like every day, every week, every month, so on for 5 years. Found out that they found they found stuff in my stomach that shouldn't have been there. But because I had cancer previously, in the CT scan, they found items that shouldn't be in there. So they wanted to give me 3 months of chemo. I think it's 3 months of chemo. And if that doesn't make the lumps shrink, then surgery. And then this is all in my stomach. So that's what they did. 2011? Was it 12? I think it was 2012. They gave me surgery and they gave me chemo. So it was chemo first and surgery. So the 4th of January was the start date of my chemo. I was in hospital, 3 days of treatment, but I was in hospital for a week. About a week, about 4 or 5 days, because I got there late in the evening, and they couldn't give me the treatment until like the following morning. So I think it was on a Wednesday morning they actually started giving me the 3-day treatment. And I think I left Saturday lunchtime, if I remember right. And that was a common thing with the hospital, to go in there Tuesday and not actually start the treatment until the Wednesday. And then normally come out on a Saturday. Anyway, the doctor said that I'll either be sick, like really violently sick, like really ill, either the first part of the treatment or towards the end of the treatment. So either at the beginning or at the end. There's no middle bit where you'll feel ill in the middle. It's always at the beginning or end. So lucky for me, I think, I don't know whether you call it lucky or not, but lucky for me, I was ill at the beginning. I think it was on the Sunday. It felt like my stomach was like a big ball of jelly that was in a washing machine. So if you put a jelly in a washing machine and watch it spin around, that's basically what my stomach felt like. And I remember Sunday night feeling really rough, and I remember end up being sick all night. My head down the toilet, puking it all up, and I was like that for about 2 days. I felt like that. I think it's like 2 days. I can't remember exactly how long I actually felt sick. It kind of like was a blur back then. Thinking back on it was a kind of a blur of how many days I was actually sick, or felt sick. I remember my mum cooking a roast dinner. This was on a Sunday, cooking a roast dinner. I remember putting a piece of chicken on the fork, putting it in my mouth, chewing on it. I didn't even have a chance to swallow the chicken before I had the motion of I need to go to the toilet and bring this back up. So I couldn't even eat the roast dinner that my mum cooked. She said, "Oh, what about I think it's apple pie with custard." I thought, you know what, I'm willing to eat anything. If I can keep it down, then I'm willing to eat anything. The worst thing you can have, for me personally, the worst thing I could have had was apple pie with custard, because I've got to remember, and also with you guys, you may have this experience as well, is that whatever you eat, when you bring it back up, it'll be exactly the way it was when you swallowed it. So if you're eating something thick like custard, or if you're eating something thick like apple pie, that consistency will come up just like that. So if it's thick, it will come up thick. And I was actually gagging on the apple pie when it was coming back up. It didn't even have a chance to hit my stomach before I had to bring it back up again. So I didn't eat for a good few days because of it. I didn't want to eat because of that feeling. And I spent, like I said, a good day or two in bed. I remember I had to go back on the Tuesday morning for a day treatment. And doctor said even if I was sick, I still had to go back for that treatment, for that day treatment. So I had 1 day treatment 1 week, and then the second week I would have 3-day treatment. The second week, the third week 1 day, the fourth week 3 days. It was that kind of like process. So yeah, I was sick. I was not very well. I was about 16 stone before before the chemo, and the time the chemo was finished, I was hovering around 7 to 8 stone. I was hovering around about that number. My partner, obviously, because I was staying with my parents, my partner started to miss me. So he came down for the day, and I got to the train station before my partner, and my partner walked straight by me, didn't even recognise me. He said I looked like death warmed up. So yeah, the first thing he said to me, and I can't repeat everything he said, but one of the things he said to me was, let's go and get you a Burger King. And I said, don't waste your money. He said, why? I said, there's a very good chance I'll probably end up bringing it back up again. But I had a Burger King and it didn't come back up, which is good. And the rest of the time, yeah, I could eat, but it was in small portions because I didn't feel great. So I did eat, but it was in small portions. The funny thing was, when I left the hospital the first week, they gave me a bag of medication that I had to take when I was at home. One of the medications was anti-sick tablet, and it was the size of a 2p. Size of a 2p. And I didn't know because the doctor didn't tell me, but I didn't know that you had to cut this tablet in 4 and swallow one of the 4. I didn't know that. Obviously I had to break it up in half, and I swallowed the whole tablet. And anyway, I went back the next week, and the nurse said, oh, I noticed that you had your anti-sick tablet. Was you feeling sick? I said, yeah, I was. So I took the whole tablet. So she looked at me a bit funny, and she said, what do you mean you took the whole tablet? I said, well, it was a little bit too big to swallow as a whole, so I cut it into smaller chunks, and I swallowed it that way. She said, did you feel sick afterwards? I said, yeah, I still felt sick afterwards, even though I took the tablet, like the whole tablet. I still felt sick afterwards. And she said, you're the only person that I know of that has taken a whole tablet in one go and still feels sick after. They said normally it has the reverse effect. Anyway, 4 months went by. Like I said, lost half my body weight. I didn't have much hair anyway to lose, so I couldn't really tell you about whether I lost any hair. But yeah, I lost a lot of weight. Later on that year, summer of that year, 2012, 2011, I had surgery on my stomach to remove the lumps because they didn't shrink. They didn't do anything. They didn't grow or didn't shrink, and I had them removed from my stomach. So again, I didn't feel great. Didn't want to eat. Didn't want to really do anything. That was, I think it was either June or July when I had that surgery. And I think I was having surgery for the best part of 12 hours because I remember waking up, it was pitch black outside. And when I went for the surgery, it was 10:30 in the morning. And when I woke up, it was dark outside. So with the chemo, with the surgery, it took me, I want to say, a best part of a year after that to start feeling my normal self, to start feeling like me, whoever me was. Before the cancer, I don't know, I want to feel like me again, and it took me ages to feel like me again. It is a very long process. It's not an easy process. It's not an easy process for the person going through that treatment, and it's not an easy process for the family. My parents always took me to the hospital when I needed to, etc. My partner was obviously concerned as well. It was, I would say, tough. I want to say 6 months, maybe longer. get back on my feet. Once, like, from the beginning of the chemo to the end of the surgery and all that, it was about 6 months. Yeah, I found, it was hard for, for me and for my family, but one thing I found is through that journey is to stay strong and just keep going. Stay strong, keep going, and you will eventually get there. Wherever it is that you're supposed to be at the end of it, you'll get there. So yeah, I know that age does play a part in all of this. I know if you're young, you will have better chances of recovering quicker, and all that. I know that older you are, I know that recovery does take longer than a person that is younger. But at the end of the day, as long as you've got a strong mind, a strong body, you will get there eventually. So anyway, that is pretty much my story, and I thought I'd share that story because I know that this person will eventually watch this video, and I'm hoping that this video would, I don't know, help. I don't know whether it will, I don't know whether it won't, I don't know. But the main goal is just to stay strong, be patient. There are going to be times when your partner's going to be in a real foul mood because they're not feeling great. There's going to be times when your partner wants to be left alone. There are going to be times when your partner's going to be really violently sick. And no matter what you do, it's not going to go away until the chemo has done its thing. You'll find that if your partner's having an IV, what do you call it? Like drip, not the radiation, talk about the liquid form. You'll find where they stick the needle, that part of the body will turn like discoloured. You'll find that the skin will go discoloured. You probably find it might go dark, like a purplish dark colour. They always put it in my right hand. Was it yeah, most of the time it was in my right hand. That's my hand that I do everything with, so try to do everything with your left hand instead of your right, because I feel putting that out. Anyway, I remember one particular day my hand swelled up, and one particular, I noticed that my hand was starting to turn like this purplish colour. The nurse put one particular day, the nurse put the needle in my hand the wrong way round, and it pumped all the fluid into my hand, and my hand swelled up. Took a couple of days for it to go back to normal. What else happened? Dark colours around my eyes. My eyes looked like they sunk in, but it wasn't. The skin around my eyes turned like a dark colour, and the rest of me looked like I was a ghost. These are just things that that normally happens. It's normal. Again, all these things are normal when you're having chemo, whether you're having radiation or the liquid form, is all normal. It's quite funny really, because like with me, I used to sit in a room with everyone. Used to sit around the edge of the room, all hooked up to these machines that was pumping fluid into your body, and you just look around and you think, do I really look like that? Do I really look that pasty? Do I really look that white? And you think, yeah, I do look that white, I do look that pasty, I do look that bold, that skinny. yeah, to happens with everyone. But you will get through it. That's my message for everyone that's going through chemo. Young or old, you will get there. It just takes time. It's going to be a horrible journey. It's going to be a nasty journey. And a journey I do not wish upon anyone. But you will get there. So I'm hoping that this will help the person in question. Like I said, I'm not going to say this lady's name. And again, if anybody else is going through a cancer kind of like journey, I'm hoping it'll help you out. Now there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and you will make it, and you will get there. It just takes time. Just be patient. Just be patient with yourself. Be patient with the people around you. Stay strong. Yeah, there are people out there that do love you still. And just carry on. That's all you can do. Like I said, that was 13 years ago, I think. I'm still here. So if that happened 13 years ago and I'm still here, then there's no reason why there's no reason why you can't still be here. If that makes sense. So don't give up. A lot of people that go through this journey that give up, and unfortunately those people that give up, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. If you give up, yeah. They think that they're losing, and they get a report that the cancer or the tumour's moved somewhere else, or it's gotten bigger, or it's got more aggressive, and the person normally gives up by that point. And I'm telling you now, don't give up. The doctors haven't given up. So yeah, just carry on. You'll be fine. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm gonna make a few more little videos here while I'm here. So yeah, I will see you hopefully all soon. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all again soon.